So let's take it to the valuation. Here is a very just typical improved adjustment grid. And I thought, since this is a language model, this is not an analytical model yet, could you take AI and put it in Power BI to do the analytics, linear regression, to actually do that? Yes, you can. But for today, I was wondering, why can't I just take data and let's see how good Bard is, or ChatGPT, for unstructured data. So this adjustment grid, which was done, the old school way, actually putting it in there from whatever software pushed it in there. So take that data, copy and paste it into that small bar on the bottom, right? So for example, let's say you've got a letter, or you've got an appraisal, or if you're a reviewer, you could take your own data and copy up to, I believe it's 4,000 words or so, and say, make this more professional, make this better grammar, make it shorter, make it longer. So you're not limited to that little box on the window, because I copied and pasted this unstructured data, this grid, and you can kind of see it, it's all over the place, right? So I said, what's the market value of the subject based on the following adjustment grid from an appraisal? So remember, asking questions is key, because I'm getting at context. I can't just paste this and go nothing. Context is key to AI. That's why it's called generative. So when you ask a simple question, you get a simple answer. But as you understand, you can get more and more detailed to ask a fantastic detailed question. So here's the response. It appraised it for me. And to Mike's point, is this right? No, not at all. But it was confident enough to throw it out there. And you can go ahead and read this. What's interesting to me is the only context I gave it was an appraisal. How did it know what an adjustment grid was? How did it know to make this box? I didn't touch this at all. This is just pasted in the unstructured data. It spit out organized, again, it's a language model, what the property is worth, and then it takes you through what an appraisal is and how you compare it, comps to the subject. They put it in this nice box. I didn't tell it to put it in the box. It just did that. It also broke down the adjustments and the reason for the adjustments, again, in a nice little box. Do you think appraisers might copy and paste this? I don't know, but it's there. This also shows a breakdown of per square foot by comp. Comp 1, comp 2, comp 3, comp 4.
So Jeff, you're telling everybody that all you did was copy and paste some data from an adjustment grid, and it gave you back all of these various forms and did this analysis, and you didn't ask it any other questions.
Correct. It just did it on its own. Its presentation, the depth of what it responded to, I didn't ask. I didn't specify. It just spit that out.
Thank you.
So then, sure. That's why it's pretty amazing when it comes to a language model. How did it know that's what I wanted? And I could have typed in, act like a commercial appraiser, comma, and then analyze this adjustment grid. And then it gets the context of how to answer. Because remember, this is a whole world using AI. It could be artists, could be musicians, teachers, students. We're in our little bubble, right? Our valuation bubble. How does it know to do that? So that's pretty amazing. So this is a little big brothery for me, but I said, okay, what's the best comparable and why? And it kind of goes through. And again, is this excellent from a reviewer standpoint? No, not really. But is it bad? No, not really. So take a few seconds, read through this. You guys can read it pretty easily. So it's going through, each of the comps, and it's interesting. It concludes that comp 3 is the best comp because of its similar in location, size, and condition. Pretty amazing.